Hello. I hope you enjoyed the series on imposter syndrome. I thought that would be a very good place to lead into burnout. A lot of my clients arrive and they are in some level of burnout. And often people think that burnout is the cost of professionalism. It's like unavoidable. It's just like, oh, well, you want to be a professional person. Some level of burnout is inevitable. And unfortunately, that's a strange way of looking at it because burnout isn't just inevitable, but it's important that people recognize the stages. And so, what I'm wanting to do in the next few weeks is talk to you about burnout so that you recognize it. And unfortunately, with our life being so fast-paced and like rush around and all these kind of things, that a lot of people don't um, take time to think, oh, I'm not sleeping properly, or I've got a bladder infection, or I keep on getting something, or gee, I've got pins and needles. We don't take time to step off the hamster wheel to say, hey, what's going on here? And of course, the body sends us messages. It sends us messages very clearly to say, hello, I've gone out of equilibrium. Could you please help me? And we pride ourselves in ignoring those messages, in ignoring the body, of saying, no, 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 we'll just get to. And unfortunately, the body says, all right. But before it says, okay, I'm giving up, I'm done, it goes through what we could see as the stages of burnout. And this was coined by two psychologists, Herbert Freudenberger and Gail North. And they came up with these 12 stages of burnout. So I thought in the next few weeks, let's look at these stages and see, can you identify yourself in there? What are you doing about it? So what you're seeing is that when we first start off, the whole stage one is the idea that you need to prove yourself. And in itself, I mean, let's face it, having to prove yourself is not bad. But of course, it gets taken to the extreme. Now, think about your own life. When have you had to prove yourself? You know, when you've gone into a new job, or you're trying to prove yourself, or you've had a promotion, or you knew on the career ladder. And it's also like, okay, I've got to go and prove myself. What's also finding is that if you are the type of person who believes in high standards and you're one of those perfectionist kind of people, you're also going to be, oh, it's not good enough, it's not this, it's not that. So if you do experience imposter syndrome, it's also easy to be in the first section of burnout. I need to prove myself. I need to be better. I need to win the award. I need to be the top something or other person. So are you seeing yourself in that? Then, of course, what happens is that we go into that second stage of having to work harder, of this isn't enough. I need to work harder. I need to give up hours. I need to get up at 4 in the morning, whereas before we were getting up at 5, 6, or 7. Now it's like put in those extra hours. Weekends, put in extra hours. Work harder, work harder, work harder. Of course, it doesn't help when we also see it as a badge of honor of seeing how busy am I, that busyness of, oh, you should see. And you know, I've seen some executives' calendars that like I've gone, oh, no, all right. And it's also because we're almost like trying to prove ourselves of look at me, that you're finding that in some organizations you get a lot of calendar invites. And instead of people saying, oh, am I going to this one? Am I going to that one? No, 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 I'll go to this one. Okay. They end up tentatively accepting, or all of them, all three, sometimes in the same hour, are all in their calendars. And so as a result, you can imagine that if each little line has got three different events, you must know what chaos there is in anybody's calendar when that happens. And so what I've said, we cannot attend all three. Choose one. One is yes, and the others are no. There's no tentative. There's no like maybe there'll be three of me at 10 o'clock, so we can go to all three meetings. You can actually only go to one, unless of course you send somebody from your department to attend the other two. But you can physically only go to one. And you know this idea of I've seen some execs where they go to 10 minutes of this one, 10 minutes of that one, and 10. No, that's just rude. Go to one, commit to one, and see it through. And say no to those others that are lurking in your calendar. So that's the whole thing where stage two is where you keep on feeling like work harder, do more. And by all means, instead of working harder, we need to actually work out how do we work more effectively? How do we work in a way that is clever? How do we manage to put in 30 minutes to be able to get out 2 hours worth of results, as opposed to put in the 2 hours to get 10 minutes of results? Yes. And then we move to stage three. And stage three is all about neglecting your needs, where suddenly you aren't your own stakeholder. You aren't important in your own equation because you keep on, on the to-do list where it's like, oh, I need to go and do something for me. It's like, no, can't have that as one. And then slowly it seeps down. It's down the to-do list until eventually it's not even on the first page. We neglect our needs from a healthcare point of view. You neglect your needs where your body is saying to you, Colleen, you need to sleep. Colleen, you need to go and spend time with friends. Colleen, you need to, okay. And so it's about being checked into your body. It's about saying, hang on, when did I lose me? So many of my clients arrive in coaching totally unaware that they've lost themselves. But it slowly comes to the realization of like, gee, how long ago? How long ago did I lose me? So those are the first three stages of burnout. And you can see that they are very easy to be in. That whole idea of needing to prove yourself, working harder, and also giving up what you need, what your needs are, stopping being your own stakeholder. Very easy. And so many people are in one of those three stages. So if you're starting to think, this could be you, you are welcome to contact me for a free discovery call. Please reach out. Let's talk about how we can change things, how we can make things different, because burnout does not have to be inevitable in your journey. Please also remember that you're loved, you matter, and you're not alone. And I'm Colleen Quist.